Hello everyone, good evening. Super excited to have you all here at JWC 2024. I am Atri Shukul, lead organizer of JWC 2024. Today is extra special because we have got some amazing guests in the house. We have got the organizers behind the first 3 years of JWC, JWC 2022, JWC 2021 and JWC 2020. So on the occasion of 5th year of JWC, we are here to unite with the brains who transformed JWC into the remarkable event it is today from its humble beginning 5 years ago. Apart from this, the primary focus of this session is to dive into the world of open source. We will explore the opportunities it offers, discuss strategies on how to actively engage in the operations, and share insights on the application process of the GSoC program. And this will provide the attendees with valuable information on how to navigate the world of GSoC, enabling them to optimize their participation in the event. So before going into dive into the discussion, I would like to request Ankit Sengupta, one of our organizers of JWC 2024, to introduce our speakers to the attendees. Ankit, please.
Uh, yes, Atri. Hello, everyone. I'm Ankit Sengupta, one of the organizers of JWC 2024. So, this is the introduction to our host of this session. So, first, I would like to introduce to our first host, Mr. Sudipto Ghosh. He has been an IT graduate of JGEC 2021 batch. He has been 2 times GSoC mentor, and he has been the one of the pioneers of JWC of the first session of and he has been the organizer of first session of JWC, and he is currently placed at JPMC, JP Morgan Chase, UK. So I would like to request Mr. Sudipto Ghosh to speak about something.
Hello everyone, myself Sudipto. I graduated from JGEC in 2021 as an IT grad. I and few of my friends were the, you can say, pioneer or the start of JGEC Winter of Code. I've also done multiple Winter of Code and Summer of Code completions. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Sudipto. Thank you, Sudipto. So next, I would like to introduce Mr. Chiraag Kakar. He has been a CSE graduate of 2022 batch of JGEC. He is currently placed at Coda Payments, and he has been the 2021 JWC lead organizer. 2022, pardon. So I would like to introduce Mr. Chiraag Kakar.
Hi everyone. Hello Sudipto. So I graduated, as Ankit said, I graduated in the year 2022. I organized JWC 2021. So we follow a trend of organizing the uh, later years JWC. So that's how it was. And I, along with my 5 other mates, were responsible to organize JWC 2021 under the mentorship of Sudipto and his batchmates. So yeah, looking forward to the session.
Okay, so next I would like to introduce Mr. Niloy Sikdar. He has been 2 times. He has cracked 2 times GWC, JGSoC. Sorry, pardon. He has cracked 2 times GSoC, and he has been the lead organizer of JWC third session. And he is currently placed at Hyper.ai and US-based company. So I would like to introduce him, Niloy.
Yeah, hi everyone. A very good evening. And I am Niloy, and I graduated last year from Jalpaiguri Government Engineering College from Computer Science and Engineering Department. And I I I was always passionate about open source and hackathons, and that's why we to promote the open source culture across the all India and probably across the globe also. We try to organize JWoC, and Sudipto da, Chiraag da, all of them with their teammates, they organized JGEC in the previous years, and we tried to follow the trend in our year also. And yeah, I am a big fan of open source and hackathons. So if any one of you have any doubts about open source hackathons, you can definitely DM me anytime. And looking forward and excited for today's session.
Thank you, Niloy. So before starting, I would like to request Sudipto to share his experience about first year WC, how it all started.
Sure. So, about my open source journey, and then about the idea of starting Winter of Code. So, I started contributing with very basic competition. If all of you have heard here, is like Hacktoberfest back that in 2018. Then I participated in GSoC and various other Winter of Code competitions. I have some friends from IITs I knew, and they were organizing something like Kharagpur Winter of Code and NJAC Winter of Code that was being organized in IIT Patna and IIT Kharagpur. So that inspired me something that why don't we have some Winter of Code competition in our college? We don't have that environment of starting or inculcating the open source culture. So I reached out to him, one of my friends and from IIT Kharagpur, Shivam, and then I asked him start something called JGC Winter of Code. And years after years, like it went for Chirag and Niloy and others, and they have like make this a remarkable journey throughout the years. And I'm really happy about what it has came across through years, and we are celebrating 5 years of JGC Winter of Code.
Thank you, Sudipto. So I would like to ask, request Chirag Kakar Bhaiya to share his experience about organizing second session of JWC, how it was, how all the experience was.
When Sudiptoda's batch was organizing the JWC. So that's how we were introduced to various things related to development and open source. So from there, we got a picture of what things are. And post that, interestingly, I didn't participate it, even after being asked by seniors a lot. So I was promoting the event. I was helping them to gather participants, but I didn't participate in that year, uh, not knowingly that I will be the one organizing this the next year. So that's something weird, but yeah, that happened. And yeah, so we, like, as time passed and due to COVID, we got an opportunity to focus a lot on our technical skill sets and upskilling. So we were a lot more mature by what we know as open source and development of projects and other things. So we thought to form a team again and organize this and carry forward the legacy. That's how we formed a team of 6 people then. And uh, it was me, Kolik, Utkarsh, Shruti, Srijan, and Yogesh. So I remember them all. Yeah. And then we had a lot of discussions about various things to improve. So we decided how we can improve the projects, uh, like leveling up the projects, and making sure that there are no spamming, which is very very common in the open source, right? If you have gone through Oktoberfest, you all know that how spamming starts just for the sigh of t-shirt. So we made sure that all those things are avoided. And then in the next year, I think, which Nila will definitely share, there was an even improvement on how we were able to automate the calculation of points and everything. So that was again a next thing which he was able to improve. So that's how things went on. The best part was the entire journey of month which we had, the discussions, the Discord channel. It had a different aura altogether when we have so much discussions going on and we are rushing to serve every now and then to the different queries which we had, whether it's to onboard the participants or mentors, whether it's making sure that the project activity is going properly. So yeah, all these things. Over to you, Niloy.
Thank you, Chiragda.
Yeah,
Uh,
thanks to Sudipto and Chiragda for sharing the memories of the first 2 years of JWoC. And when the first year of JWoC, I was in my first year. So in that year, I was not able to even score 1 point. So I did not know about anything about Git or GitHub, anything like that. Sudiptoda and some other seniors of our college, they tried to bring the development culture or the open source culture very hard. But yeah, for some reason, I was not able to even raise one single PR in that year. So next year, when Chiragda and his teammates, they organized JWoC, I thought in my mind that this year I had to make something very special, so I had to perform very well. So yeah, that year I tried my best. I tried my best to contribute as much as possible. Yeah, as Chiragta said, open source is not about the number of contributions, but as well as the quality of your contributions. So keep that thing in your mind when you are contributing to different open source programs as well as Hacktoberfest also. Uh, you should not always focus on the number of contributions, but yeah, you should focus rather than the quality of contributions. And that year I tried my best to put myself in some good position from where I was able to learn about open source and probably a good step to become the part of GSoC. So yeah, you should always start from small. That's what I can say. So if you want to achieve something big, or you just want to do something big in your life, so you have to start from very small steps. So this type of open source program, these are like very beginner friendly. So if you are very new to open source, you want to explore the open source, you want to contribute to the open source projects, then JWoC, then Kharagpur Winter of Code, Gunscript Summer of Code, this type of open source programs are definitely will help you to gather the beginner friendly knowledge about open source. And then we next year we organized JWoC following the path of our seniors, and we tried our best, and we tried our best to improve the event. We we brought the whole automation thing for the leaderboard using the GitHub Actions as well as GitHub APIs, those things. So yeah, it was really an interesting journey for the whole JWoC, and right now it's very I'm very happy to see that it has already become the fifth edition of JWoC, and hopefully it will grow more in the upcoming years. So yeah, that's what I can say.
Thank you, Niloy. Also, JWC 2022 was very special for me as it was my first open source event. Thank you.
Uh, so I would like to ask all three of our speakers to share about their development journey, as we are here today to learn how you all reach the stage where you are today. So we'd be very happy to learn about your journey so far.
Sure. I can go first. I can just take the ball in the court. So, about me, I was from the second year of my college, I was into development. I used to like do a lot of like full stack development and stuff, and then later on I started contributing to open source. Then on the entire third year, I was like into hackathons. So I went to 40, 50 hackathons. In between, I initially like started contributing to open source. Then in the later years, when I went from like Hacktoberfest, Girls School Summer of Code, I started to contributing to an organization like named Public Lab. So it's an organization in USA that basically works with like environmental issues and all, and they have like their code in Ruby on Rails, JavaScript, and basic web development, HTML, CSS stuff. Um, After contributing to some of their code bases, I came to know about an event called Google Coding that used to be organized for pre-university students, basically who are in schools, and then you need to nurture them and mentor them. So as I was contributing, I got a chance to mentor in Google Coding while back in 2019, and after that, I was looking to contribute more. I was and then the time came for Google Summer of Code. So I guess like most of you already know about Google Summer of Code. It's just an competition where like a lot of open source organization come together, and they give a proposal about what they want to develop in 3 4 months. And there are a lot of candidates who apply for it, and they usually take like 2 3 candidates about like on the basis of the projects, and you get a very handsome stipend for contributing to it. Niloy here, he have cracked twice, so he can give more insights on that. And I'm really happy that a lot of people have cracked Google Summer of Code after I graduated from JGEC. So that really makes me proud. And also to others who actively contribute to open source or participate in development events. But what happened with me is I applied for Google Summer of Code, but luckily the project I chose didn't got selected to for Google Summer of Code duration. But I was kind of hopeless. I was like my all my efforts that I did in the last couple of months um, was going into vague. But luckily, they were also looking for mentors. I applied for mentorship, and I got directly to mentor one of the projects in Google Summer of Code in 2020. And that continued. Still continued as mentorship. As I reached on that level, I realized that okay, that's good. Maybe I will try mentoring more. And then the next year, I contributed and mentored 2 projects on spam management dashboard that they were looking across, and some of the web development projects. Then that continued, and I would say through open source that actually helped me get a lot of attraction kind of to my resume, and I got various interview calls and everything. And yeah, my journey was really good, and I tried to help my juniors in my college to g- get a bit of, not a push I would say, but get a bit of open source and get an version control system, so that can help them when they go for like internships or jobs or anything. Yeah, that was my journey. If you want to read about my journey, there's a Medium blog that I have written about my journey. You can go through that, and if you need any help regarding open source or anything development, feel free to connect with me over LinkedIn. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you very much, brother, for sharing this valuable information with us. Chirag Bhaiya, we would like to hear about your experiences.
Well, hearing Sudipto's stories again and again, creates an atmosphere of inspiration and motivation around. My journey starts mostly by I started stalking seniors profiles across LinkedIn. uh, Sudipto, I have told him many times as well that the count of internships he did, the count of various things he used to share across social media or WhatsApp stories, that was a source of knowledge for me that okay, these things are happening around, need to check out. I should try to emulate things as much as possible. So yeah, the push was definitely when I was seeing different achievements, accomplishments when shared across different social media platforms of my seniors, mainly LinkedIn and WhatsApp. And post that, I think I had just 1.5 year at college, and then COVID started. So during COVID, that was a game changer for many of us who were getting a lot of opportunities remotely. So what used to happen pre-COVID, there were a lot of events which were not remote, but after that, remote thing got very much normalized. So the bar which was differentiating us was the tier of college or something got removed to an extent, and we got opportunities to apply and increase our chances to get selected or in any of the things which we are interested in. So I never tried for Google Summer of Code, honestly, neither any event which is at global level, any hackathon as such, but I did try my hands a lot in interviewing at different companies. So there I definitely got a lot of, I'll say, help because of my development experience which I possessed. And it all started by, I'll say, my tech stack which I started with was Django. So it was overwhelming at the beginning. I had a lot of issues, but uh, which I was, the debugging issue, things which was helped to me by my seniors, uh, clarified a lot of things that how to approach the different errors and carry forward by yourself. So that was very important. Any framework, any tech stack, when one picks up for development, the errors, the blockers becomes really overwhelming if that person doesn't get proper support, whether it's in the community, whether it's by seniors or anyone. So that was an important thing for me. Post that, I kept carrying, developing the projects, sharing in public, sharing in my social media accounts and all, and thereby I got chance to improve my skill sets. And yeah, then the placement season came. I was able to apply for a lot of companies, set for a lot of interviews, and yeah, that's how I am currently, having the opportunity to work at Coda Payments. So that's what my okay. Yes, yeah,
No, finish up after this. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. So that's it for my journey, right? Uh, yes, over to you, Niloy.
Nila, just sorry, just before you start, one thing like I see like a lot of everyone here is like Chirag, Nila is telling me about like source of inspiration or anything. I would like to say it wouldn't have been possible without my friend who supported me. We had a team like Technodot with Papan, Rajdeep, Dipendu, and all. So they helped me a lot, and we used to participate in every possible hackathon throughout the year when we were like second, third, fourth year. And we went to various like national level hackathons, and I also mentored in some international hackathon, but wouldn't have been possible without them. And also seniors who went to Smart India Hackathon, Gurtesh, Ashil, and also we all saw them, and we got inspired to do development and go for hackathons. So yeah, it's always grateful that your seniors support you in organizing events or participating in events. And yeah, that's me mostly. Over to you, Niloy.
Yeah. So regarding my journey and experience, so uh, I started my coding journey from, I would say, second year. Back my second year, I was not very serious about coding or anything. I was just a normal guy in college, enjoying the college life, the hostel, and playing games. That's it. But from second year, I started taking the coding thing seriously, and I I tried the DSA's competitive programming a little bit, but what I felt that I was not very good in that domain, and I also did not like it for some reason. But when I explored the open source, I liked it very much, and I got that hook of staying into that domain. So from JWoC actually helped me a lot. I would say it was one of the first events where I participated, and I got to learn about GitHub in depth, and how to contribute to the open source projects in general. So yeah, it helped me a lot in my second year. Then I got some internship showing my open source contributions that I did as a part of JWoC. So I would say that JWoC helped me a lot securing the internships. And after that, I dived a little bit more into the open source, and then applied to the Google Summer of Code program in my third year. And fortunately, I got accepted into it and worked under my mentor. He was one of the Google developer experts. So I worked under him, and we built one NPM package. And it was really a great learning experience, I would say. So, and after that, I did some more internships, some remote work for US companies. And then on my fourth year, I was randomly just exploring the GitHub Explore section, and I found one interesting project that was using TypeScript. So I just explored it. I found some of the open issues. I found one issue very interesting, and I commented on it. The mentor replied, and I tried to debug it, raise the PR. And then I found that the organization is also participating in GSoC that year. So I had some call with the mentor in the community call, and then I found the project really interesting, so thought to give it a chance. And probably, yeah, that's why I applied once again in my fourth year, and then the college just ended, and I joined my full-time job. That was another remote job, US-based company. So the work timing was a little bit difficult, but yeah. So if I make the summary, then after graduating from the college, I was doing the full-time job and the GSoC simultaneously. And it was not easy, but somehow I completed it. But yeah, in general, I focus more on the open source and the development side in my college days. But I won't suggest you to do the same, because it's very risky considering the current situation. So you have to be good in multiple domains or multiple areas. You have to be good in DSA, because most of the companies will ask you DSA if you consider the Indian companies. So make sure that you are not only focusing on the remote jobs or some US based or UK based companies. Probably they won't ask you some of the harder concepts of DSA, but your open source profile, your development profile should be very good if you want to get selected in those companies. So yeah, you have to maintain some uh, balance between DSA and dev, I would say. And just do what you love. And regarding the peer that Sudipto also mentioned uh, about his friends, it's very important. So in my year also, I had the opportunity of getting some good friends in my college, Anubhav and then Shagnik. They were very good. They were you will get defined, or you will get your career will get defined by the work that your 5 or 6 peers are doing, probably something like that. I don't exactly remember the thing, but yeah, something like that. So make sure that you are having a good group of people uh, who are doing extremely good, who are hardworking, and with them you can communicate about your problems, or you can discuss about different technical things. So that's also very important. You will get those good people from these events, so you will find other people who are doing extremely well, who are doing hard work in JWoC. So you can just communicate with them in the Discord server, and then probably in some other future uh, open source programs or in hackathons, you will find some of the other people, similar minded people, with whom you can probably take part in other hackathons also in future, or just build something, or discuss about your problems, or some of the solutions. So yeah, keep that thing in mind to build a good peer group, and do what you love, and put all of your hard work into that, and yeah, I think the success will come. uh, so yeah, that's a little bit thing about from my side. So Uttari, you can continue.
Thank you,
And I
Niloy.
think we can also take questions from the participants if they have anything uh, to ask.
So anyone have any queries, you can ask or raise hands or ask in chat if you have any queries.
I'm hoping you guys are not getting bored. You can unmute and ask. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, communities.
Okay, we have got two questions. After that, we'll. First question: can you please share the roadmap to GSoC? Nila, you want to take this? You have cracked twice.
No, it's not like you can follow some roadmap and they will get the thing. It's not like that. You just have to be very consistent at your work. Have to you should love the open source first. So it's not like you just do GSoC just for the tag or something. You should love open source. Then only you should take part in those events. Also, GSoC is not like a very huge thing. In the future, taking different career opportunities, considering different career opportunities, if you can show your open source contributions in general also, that should be fine. But it if you do something like you take part in GSoC and you do nothing, very you do nothing, so then in that case it will be hard to showcase your work to the recruiters. So don't do GSoC just for the tag. If you love open source, then take part in it. uh, Participate in other open source programs or contribute to the other open source projects. And there is no exact roadmap. You can't follow exact roadmap for the open source thing. So just be consistent at your work, love open source, and try to submit good proposals, try to communicate effectively with the mentors, and set your goals for the projects properly. So these are a few things that can help you to get selected. But it's also not like if you don't get selected in GSoC, that will be the end of your life. So yeah, just keep doing your hard work, and you will get the success. So yeah, Sudipto, I think you can give some more insights because you
Just,
participated as mentors. So yeah,
just to add on, guys, there's no sheet that you can complete and
yeah,
get into GSoC. Okay, so if you
yeah,
think like I will finish 45 days or 100 days, so I think you will not get into GSoC. So that's not the thing with GSoC. You have to be consistent, and also you need to be like very helpful throughout the duration. If you think about that, I will contribute and I will make my PRs and everything. That's not how you get into Google Summer of Code or any big open source competition. You have to help others as well. Someone like who is raising first time PR, you have to review their code. You have to ask mentors what actually they are looking for in a project, like what features are they looking and how I can collaborate better. That's how you try to get into Google Summer of Code. And as Niloy said, like Google Summer of Code is not the end or start of anything. It's a good thing in your resume, but also if you don't have it, if you have good development skills, you can get like you can grow your career and like see you can. Chirag here, he is doing a fantastic job, and there are a lot of people who have like make their very good career after this. Okay, we have a lot of questions. Let's get one after another.
So
The
the next,
next, okay,
sorry,
you want to take three? Go ahead.
okay, sorry, भैया. So the next question is how to ask good question in communities.
This is not a good question. Okay. Uh, Basic stuff. If you have to ask, there's no good or bad question, to be honest. I've seen a lot of seniors in our company as well. They say that there's no like MDs and all. They say there's nothing called a good question or bad question. So if you have a question, just raise it. It can be as silly as like uh, how do I clone this project, how do I run this locally. Just go move forward and ask. If you think you don't know about it, it's okay to be ask any question. Okay, Niloy, you wanna add, or Chirag, anyone else?
Sir, hello, sir.
Yes, you are
Sir,
audible.
I want to ask something like sir, I have done research about regarding GSoC, but my confusion about the proposal is that मतलब सर proposal सर डिजाइन करने के लिए GSoC हमको देगी या फिर मतलब हमको खुद से डिजाइन करना होता है प्रपोजल वगैरह. और सर हम मतलब मेंटोर्स को मतलब रीच आउट कैसे करते हैं, मतलब कि जैसे हमने वेबसाइट पे जाके देखा उनकी जो जिस मतलब जो भी हमें जिसमें जो हमारी लैंग्वेज है जिसमें हमारा डोमेन है उसमें हमने ट्राई किया, तो मतलब उसमें हम मेंटर को रीच आउट कैसे करें कि हमें पता कैसे चलेगा कि उसमें मेंटर कौन है.
Niloy, share your experience, then I can go.
I think you can give the mentors POV here.
Okay. So, if Hindi is okay with everyone, fine.
यस सर.
Okay. सर बोलने की जरूरत नहीं है फर्स्ट. हाँ. तो okay, no. Okay, I'm getting mixed answer reaction, so I'll go with English. So the first thing is whenever you go to any organization, uh, maybe be it like public labs or anything else, they have their own like community page where they post about the past proposals. So you can have a look on the past proposals and get an idea about what kind of proposal I need to make. You can get an You don't have to copy that format, but usually there are a lot of formats like if you search online as well that GSoC proposals, there will be pages across. Like I still remember that IIT Roorkee had their own page where they put on all the proposals of the past student who got into Google Summer of Code. So there's that one way is like searching. You have to do a bit of manual searching and you can find the proposals. The other way is like you reach out to past Google Summer of Code participants and tell them, hey, I'm trying to write a proposal for Google Summer of Code for this year, for this organization. Will you be able to help me review it? So a lot of Google Summer of Code applicants, like they do it for freely. Like I helped a lot as well while like reviewing their like the proposal and everything. um, and about reaching out to mentors. Now, uh, when you are like writing a code, you will see when you go to GitHub, there are people who have who have option to review it, merge the code. So it basically says that yeah, these are the people who are actually who are the maintainers of this project. Okay, so the people who are maintainers are the of the project, they usually are the mentors of that repository, or they will help you as mentor in Google Summer of Code. If I'm not wrong, Nila, you can add on more.
Yeah, generally the organizations provide some templates, so it can be different based on different organizations. But yeah, most of the parts are pretty much same. You need to provide the project details as well as the timeline and some of your information. So, but yeah, the templates can be a little bit different considering different organizations. So you should definitely check out their GitHub, the organization's GitHub, and you will find those templates. And yeah, before just starting your start writing your proposal. If you're not sure about the template, then feel free to ask the mentors or the admins in the community channel. And if you want to, you can actually get the proposals, the previous proposals from the mentees. If you just DM them, as Sudipto said, you will get their proposals. And in some of the GitHub repositories also, you will find the previously selected proposals. I uploaded all of my proposals in and the final work in one GitHub repository. So if you want to it, check them out, you can check them right here. So you will get some idea about how to write a good proposal. And also try to just review your proposal one or two times before doing the final submission from the previous GSoCers or from the mentors. So it will help you to make your proposals more detailed and good. I
Thank
think we
you.
can go to the next question. Yeah.
So I think the next question is, can you please describe how to apply for the GSoC? I think which have already been answered. So the next question is, what are the various hackathons and how can we know how that it is happening at this time? So with the Chiraag Kakar, please share your.
Just on the previous question, if anyone wants to know what timeline is GSoC this year, they can just go to this website and check out the timeline. So the organization haven't been decided, so you still have time to look out for organization and start contributing yours.
Thank you.
On the hackathons, uh, Chirag, Niloy, you guys have done a lot of hackathons. Go ahead with this.
सर सर ये इतना मतलब इतना लॉन्ग सेट प्रपोजल आपने दिखाया सर, मतलब या फिर ये टेम्पलेट में मिला था सर?
You will get the template, but you need to fill the details for each section. You will just get the templates, the headlines for each section, like timeline or the project details, technical details, or about the mentee, something like that. But you need to fill up those sections by your data, by your content. And uh, the ideal proposal should be like a little bit detailed. You should give the proper, so that mentors get the proper understanding that he or her they already understand the code base, they already understand the project, and they can pull it off during the GSoC period. But some uh, one ideal proposal should be around like 18 to 25 pages. I made mine a little bit longer for the last year, but you can make it a little bit shorter, around 18 25 pages, and that should be good.
So I hope your doubt was is clear. So to the next question,
I think
Chirag,
Chirag Bhaiya can answer the hackathon one here.
yes, Chirag. Oh,
Yeah, so I'll be answering really quick because I got a drop off in 2 3 minutes. So the thing is that there are lots of communities available in Discord. In then there are a lot of communities which are active uh, in various. You can check out various websites. Like there is dev.to. Okay, then there is D2C, and then there are lots of company-based hackathons going on places like HackerRank and HackerEarth as well, mostly HackerEarth. So it depends which type of hackathon you are currently preparing, so you can assess your level better, right? Hackathons are coupling are getting coupled with job opportunities sometimes, and sometimes they are just meant for the learning purpose, and sometimes they have some rewards. So, make sure that you are aware about that particular event properly. There used to be a lot of hackathons. I am not remembering that site. Maybe Niloy remembers it, where we used to uh, sort of RSVP ourselves. Okay, and then we used to wait for other people to fill the slots, and then they will be coagulating us in random pods, and we will be assigned projects, and where we'll be taking part. Then there are a lot of other events. I don't know how genuinely they are currently ongoing. So MLH, I remember. So I was a part of MLH. So there are many similar events on the lines of GSoC, which are going at a global level. So they will be available online. So you can definitely check those out. I will alongside pick up another question, which is someone with name Yashwant has said that having a keen interest in research and development, if there are projects or programs that can be applied for. So yes, there are programs. Again, it depends. Like you need to assess what kind of projects or programs you want to take part in, whether it's for high, or focused towards your goal in higher studies. Then you will have to get in touch with people which are currently doing their they're doing some research work on a particular domain and part of some reputed universities. So you will have to go through a lot of back and forth application process and communications to get through. People who are currently doing MS will be the right person for you people for those things to guide. Then there are research programs carried out by companies, a lot of companies itself, Intel, Microsoft, even Google do have some research programs open. The thing is, the application process for certain companies are open-ended, while for certain are competitive on the college tier level. So this happened especially for Google when I applied. I think it happened when I was in third year. So the Google's research program, which is focused for people who are in their undergrad years, it was just focusing to hire folks from top tier colleges. So that was sometimes that might be demotivating sometimes, but yeah, there are options there as well for many companies. Microsoft has throughout the year, and then companies like Intel. There are a lot of companies. IBM has too. So you need to check those out. Then there are research programs which you can take part by reaching out to your college professors. So a lot of college professors are part of some fellowship or some other things. IN IA is one of those I remember, in which one of our college professor was a part of, and one of my batchmate was able to get an opportunity as an INIAE fellow. So those things are definitely highly reputed. If you are able to get through those things, you will get a lot of advantage while processing your MS applications. That's what I will say. So R&D things are definitely available, and you can check those out. But you should be able to differentiate whether you are career focused towards R&D or going towards higher studies. Majority of the things will come on the higher studies side. So definitely keep the clarity on. Yeah. So I think that answered your query. All right. Thanks, everyone. Got a drop off, and all the best for the event. See you all.
Thank you, Shraddha, for
Thank you,
joining.
Chirag.
Thank
Thank
you,
you very
thank you,
much for
Bhaiya.
joining.
So, so the next question is, what level of knowledge do I need to gain to be able to be eligible to make valuable contribution? Like currently I know HTML, CSS and Bootstrap.
I think regarding the hackathons, I can suggest two websites that are very helpful. One
Okay.
is DevPost and one is DevFolio. So I will drop the links. Yeah, and it will DevPost is basically you will get all of the hackathons that are happening worldwide. So you will get a good amount of money as the prize, and you will get the exposure of interacting with some global candidates. And MLH is also you will get different hackathons. Uh, and devfolio you will get the hackathons that are happening in India. So offline or online, in any hackathons, if you want to participate, you should check the devfolio website.
Thank you, Niloy. So I would like to request Sudipto to answer the next question. What level of knowledge do I need to gain to be eligible to make valuable contributions?
So on this question, I think you are good with like knowing whatever tech stack you know. The only thing that you need to know is start contributing to open source. It's like first you push your code to GitHub. Uh, you know about like pull request and everything. Then you
Yes,
can sort the organizations based on HTML, CSS, and Bootstrap and anything. Then see what kind of projects that usually get selected in Google Summer of Code or anything. So I think also one more thing is having that knowledge, you can contribute very good in JGC Winter of Code and other Winter of Code competition. That will give you a boost basically, and you'll feel confident enough. I think that is what makes like you eligible for any competition. And there's nothing like valuable contribution. You start with something as simple as the CSS change or HTML change. Gradually, years after months, you will be good enough to get into a coding competition, or you will be a good open source developer. Nilo, over to you.
Yeah, so as Shrita said, you have to start from very basics. So something like changing the color of a button or some CSS changes. But gradually you have to level up your skills, and so that in some years you can contribute to some large open source code bases, some monorepos or something like that. So yeah, there is no definition of valuable contributions, but just don't spam, like just add your name to the txt file and make a pull request and call it one open source contribution. Don't do this sort of thing. um, f- Focus on more code changes or fixing some of the bugs of the code or building some features. It can be simple as building with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and gradually you can learn React and then contribute to React code base or some Python code base. So yeah, that's sort of the idea of leveling up your skills.
Thank you, Sudipto and Niloy. We have our next question. How can we learn more about open source? I think the answer is given already. The next
So
question is,
about open source as well, there's a small guide that I've written. You can follow up on that. Uh, yeah, that will give you a good idea about like how to start contributing and everything. And you already are participating in JGC Winter of Code. I don't think you need much more.
Yeah, thank you, Bhaiya. The next question is web development mandatory to contribute in open source?
No, you can learn any technology stack. You can learn any skills you want. You can take mobile development or Android or machine learning. I've seen people who have got Google Summer of Code. I know friends who have got Google Summer of Code in hardware as well. So if you are willing to contribute to those organization, if you are actually passionate about learning a technology or helping a organization, you can start contributing to open source with that.
We have our next question for Debraj Mondol. Uh, he said, "Hello, Sudipto, myself Debraj Mondol. He want to organize an event like JWoC in his college, which is Coach Beer Government Engineering College. So he is asking about your insights."
And also a follow up is how to encourage student. So it's very easy. I mean, like, it's not that easy, obviously. It's easy to say when you have already done that. In the initial years, if it's always a hurdle to encourage students and ask people that you are willing to do something that no one has done in the college. But it's simple as first you take the initiative, you learn from a competition, you participate in them. I participated in Kharagpur Winter of Code and Jack Winter of Code. You participate in JGEC Winter of Code or any other event. You know about how that event is organizing, how that event is going on. You have a good contribution profile, I would say. And then you can tell that, hey, I have this experience, this knowledge, and I want to share among my friends, my juniors, about how version control works. You can start with as simple as a session on Git and GitHub, and contributing to open source, making a first PR. That's how I started in our college, and my friends were supporting as well. So they helped me with that. So if you can influence 2 or 3 friends, then you can influence other people in your college department. In the next year, maybe in 6 months, 1 year, you can try organizing an event like JGC Winter of Code. And this is not something to brag or something, but I would say was the same situation when I started with JGC Winter of Code. But 2 years down the line, I remember a lot of private engineering colleges and also government engineering colleges from various parts of India have started organizing Winter of Code competition. And there are a lot of Winter of Code competition back after pandemic, like not like 2022 and all. I've seen a lot of people organizing them. So you have to take the initiative, as simple as that. You learn, you take initiative, and then you organize events.
Thank you very much, Bhaiya, for your insights.
So we have our last question. What are the resources to follow for open source development as a complete beginner?
I guess I have shared one link which gives you a beginner's guide for open source. And there's nothing like you have to have all the resources. It's as simple as you learn the tech stack, and then you just go through a GitHub project. You will feel like I don't know anything. Okay, it's fine. You set up, you take your time, then you start contributing. That's how you go through it. So as a beginner, I would say first contribute to your own project. Let other people, let your friends contribute to it. Then you will get into open source.
Thank you, yeah.
I guess there's one last question. One programming enough contribute open source project. One programming language, I guess. Yeah, one programming language. If you are very good with that, maybe Python or JavaScript. If you're really good with one programming language, yeah, yes, surely you can contribute to any open source project. But if you have hands-on experience with multiple programming language, it's handy. Niloy, what's your point of view?
Yeah, so if you are good at something like Python, then you can contribute to the projects that are using Python. You don't need to learn JavaScript in order to contribute to the project. Also, sometimes some projects will use multiple tech stack, like multiple programming languages in one single project. But if you are just focusing on fixing issues related to one programming language, then probably you don't need to learn, or you don't need to know the other programming languages that are getting used into that project. So yeah, since you mentioned that you are already familiar with one programming language, you can freely contribute to the projects that are using the same programming language. Also, someone asked, how can I contribute to open source through AI/ML project? For this thing, I'm dropping one link. This is one of the application where you can apply some of the filters based on your preferences. Like if you want to explore the machine learning projects, if you want to explore the JavaScript projects, if you want to explore the web projects, you can apply those filters from the sidebar, and then you will get all of the projects or the organizations that are using the same thing, the same stack. Why am I sharing the only the GSoC organizations list? Because these are these are the renowned organizations, so you will get enough opportunity to contribute in those projects, and the projects are really good. You will get the quality of the code. So suppose you are raising one PR, you will get the comments from the mentors about the code quality and other things. So you will learn a lot. So definitely, so if you consider the unpaid sort of internship, I would say that don't do that. Instead of doing those things, you can do the open source, and you will learn a lot more considering those things. You will get the mentorship from good people. You will learn a lot while doing the code reviews and other things. So yeah, that's thing. And I think the last one is, are the proposals and the contributions in the organization the only factors for getting selected in GSoC? I think Shruta, you can share a little bit from your POV. How did you select the mentees as a mentor?
Yeah, proposals and contributions are good, but I would say if you are interacting with the community, that is also one of the points of like hiring, like of getting like selecting a mentee. So if you are just making proposals, you are contributing and not interacting with community, that will be as an admin, uh, we would like choose between the one who is regularly actively helping versus the guy who is just making a proposal and say, hey, I've made a proposal, I've contributed this, and I just want to get selected. So make sure you are interacting in the community. That's one of the points as well. Niloy, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah. So open source is all about collaboration, right? So have to be
Yes.
very, very collaborative. You should help the other people who are trying to contribute to the project. So yeah, you have to keep this thing in your mind to help the other people from the community, and interact with the mentors properly, give them the proper understanding, the ideas of what you have in your mind about the project, or how you are planning to execute the whole thing in the GSoC period. So proposals is something that is really important, because in proposals you will basically note down all of your findings, or all of the tech related things or non-tech related things about yourself or the project. But apart from proposals and contributions, definitely community work, uh, and reviewing, probably reviewing some other pull request. These are a few things that will help you to get selected. I don't
Thank you,
have any
Niloy
prior
and Sudipto.
the chances of getting selected. So, to be honest, what Google says is that GSoC is for beginners. But if we talk about the current situation, it's becoming highly competitive due to some of the influencers and YouTubers. They are making it the next JE and rat race. So unfortunately, you will find so much of competition and so much of people, so much of crowd right now in GSoC, because all of these open source remote work are like basically all of the YouTubers or influencers are hyping these things. So probably you should be like at some level of, you should have some level of skills to get into GSoC right now. If you are completely beginner, then it will be it will definitely be hard for you to get into GSoC. But as I said, GSoC is not the ending of your life or career. So keep contributing to the open source, and probably next year you will get selected. And if you don't get selected, don't be disheartened or something like that, because you can always showcase your open source contributions in your resume. That can help you to get hired in other companies. So Sudipto,
Yeah.
you can
Just one
share.
thing to add on is that I remember like Niloy in his starting of the year, first year when he was contributing, he didn't get into GSoC or something,
Yeah,
and he
yeah,
was like,
that year. Yeah.
yeah, he was like he fell down. He was like in very bad stage, and then like, I don't want to continue, and I was like, just continue doing. One day or later, like you will get GSoC or any good computation. But yeah, he cracked Google Summer of Code twice consecutively. So he should be the source of inspiration here.
Yeah, so in my second year, as I mentioned, I participated in JWoC, and Sudipto, Chiraag, they were very helpful. They guided a lot uh, regarding this open source and development thing. So in my second year, I was so scared that I was not even able to write a proposal and submit a proposal. But in my mind, I was always planning to do the GSoC thing and do the open source, pursue the open source. So Sudipta like motivated me a lot to keep continuing the work, and he told me to reapply again in the next year. So that's what I did, and hopefully next year it got selected. So it's not like, as I mentioned, you have to just keep pushing yourself and keep doing your hard work, and that should be good enough. Also, networking is very important. So build a good network. The people from your network can help you in many ways, finding some opportunities or contribute to some other projects, something like that. So yeah, cool. I think
Thank you
we
very
are
much,
at the end.
Niloy and Sudipto.
Yeah.
We don't have any more questions in the chat box, I think. Thank you both very much for joining.
So, but Sudipto and Vedar, would you like to say something?
Niloy, you say first, go last.
No, as I already mentioned, just keep doing the thing that you love. If you love open source, just like push the limits of your open source skills and do DSA a little bit. I won't say that just completely ignore it. It's also very important nowadays. And yeah, if you love competitive programming DSA, that should be fine. Also, you will get many opportunities in that domain. So it's like if you are good at something, you will get the opportunities. So there are other opportunities, non-technical opportunities like UI UX designer or product designer, those sort of things. So if you love those things, you can pursue that also. It's not like you have to be the software engineer guy or something. So yeah, that's what I can say. Always continue doing your hard work, and don't procrastinate. Keep the consistency. And since I guess most of you are beginner right now, since you are participating in JWoC, so after JWoC, just keep continue doing your open source thing. That's what I can say. Uh, you don't just leave it, uh, and something like JWoC has ended. So why do I need to keep continuing the open source? You will get so many opportunities uh, using your open source contributions by showing your open source contributions, and you can also participate in other open source contributions, open source programs. Sorry. So yeah, Sudipto, you can tell a little bit more.
I will just add this as a meme references. Like my answer is also still no difference. So if you know this no difference. So yeah, he has already said everything what I wanted to. That's why I gave him chance to say. Uh, Basically, I would say is like as simple as that. You do whatever you want to do. Okay. And now like that chat GPT and everything has came across, I would say upskill yourself with your day to day.
Yeah.
Market is going hard, so it's very hard to land by internship job or anything. Work on yourself, create good projects, make networks. That is very important. I think whatever position I am in or Niloy is or somewhere, it's basically like we made good networks throughout the
Yeah.
years staying in college. So make sure you make good networks, you upskill yourself, and be consistent. Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Also, feel free to connect with us on LinkedIn or just DM us on LinkedIn or any platform. If you have any doubts, we will be more than happy to help you.
Yeah.
So I'll share the LinkedIn. So I guess you guys have no more questions. If you have, you can ask. So I think
सर प्रपोजल एक्सेप्टिंग में सर रिज्यूमे या फिर कोई प्रोफाइल बिल्डिंग का कोई इम्पोर्टेंस है, या मतलब कुछ किस तरीके से, मतलब किस बेसिस पे मतलब हमारा प्रपोजल एक्सेप्ट होता है सर?
I already shared my proposals, like the previous year proposals, the GitHub link. So you can just go through it. And some organizations will ask you to submit or attach your resume also along with the proposal. Uh, you don't need to submit it. You don't need to submit it inside the GSoC portal, but you can just add the link, the drive link inside your proposal. Some organizations will ask you to do that, but some organizations will not ask you. So it's completely based on the organization and what template they are following. So yeah, once again, you need to keep a look at the templates of the organization in which you are actually thinking to apply. Yeah, LinkedIn link I will share. I think Sudipto already shared, so I will just quickly share mine also. Yep. So the proposals can be different based on different organizations, as I mentioned. So don't try to copy anyone else's proposal, as that, like, the project will be obviously be different and the organization will be different. So, yeah,
And
just
one
give
thing, don't
some.
try to
Yeah.
sorry to interrupt. Don't try to make a
No, no, no.
proposal
Yeah.
from chat GPT or any other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, you
Exactly.
directly get rejected.
Yeah. Don't try to use those things. Don't try to cheat by any means in your journey. It won't help you in any good ways. It will only hurt you in the longer run. So don't cheat at anything.
so. I'm sharing the LinkedIn link of Sudipto for the people who joined late, and I guess all of your doubts are clear. So thank you, Sudipto. Thank you, Niloy, for the amazing session. Thank you for joining.
Thank you for organizing. All the best.
Yeah, all the best. And all the best to all of the contributors for the rest of the time in JWoC. And hope to see some of you in GSoC or some other good open source programs in the future. So, yep.
Thank you,
Thank you,
Dada.
Dada.
Okay. Bye bye.
Bye.